Good evening, sports fan, and welcome into another edition of the Greene Room. I'm Garrett Greene, here to bring you all the latest scores and information regarding the sporting world. And boy, was it a great night in sports tonight. If you were a sports fan, we have NBA playoffs, we have NHL playoffs, a couple of Game 7s. Oh, and by the way, we have a little bit of baseball sprinkled in. But we start off tonight the key games in the NBA playoffs, starting with a nail-biter in San Antonio. The Spurs looking to stave off elimination from the Grizzlies, who were up 3-1 in the series. A lot of people saying that this could be the end of the dynasty for San Antonio. Well, they had one last chance at home to try and stay alive and stay into this series. And for a while there, it looked like they weren't going to be in there. Zach Randolph hits an 18-foot jump shot. Then that puts the Grizzlies up by 3. Then Manu Ginobili comes back, hits what everybody thinks is a 3, but alas, it's a 2. His foot was on the line. So then the Grizzlies inbounds the ball. Zach Randolph is fouled. He goes to the foul line, hits his 2 shots. They go up 3 with 1.4 seconds left. And who is it for the San Antonio Spurs? Not Manu Ginobili, not Tony Parker, and not Tim Duncan. Gary Neal steps up for the Spurs and hits a 3-pointer, sends the game into overtime, and you know, kind of one of those reminders of another Memphis team. Gave me flashbacks to whenever Memphis played Kansas back in the 2008 National Championship game for college basketball, where all they had to do was send it into overtime, and by hitting a last-second 3, Mario Chalmers actually hit a 3, in that case for Kansas, gave them the edge and let them go on to win. The Spurs do go on to win 110-103. Manu Ginobili, the X factor in this series, if you want to say, goes for 33 points on the evening as the Spurs take it. Now, you did have a couple of other games. You had a nail-biter in Oklahoma City where Kevin Durant from, yes, right here at the University of Texas, comes out and has a career night. 41 points for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That ties his career playoff high, which he set back in Game 1 of this series. Now, there was a little bit of controversy in this game as well with a possible backcourt violation that wasn't called, but to say the least, Kevin Durant took over and wanted to win this game and won it for his team. He scored the last 7 points for the Oklahoma City Thunder and came up with a key block on what ended up being the second to last possession for the Denver Nuggets' last overall possession. The Thunder go on to win 101-97. The first time that the Thunder have won since they have been in Oklahoma City. The last time that the franchise that used to be in Seattle won was whenever they beat the Kings back in 2005. And of course, we can't forget about the Big 3 down there in South Beach. And surprisingly, it was not LeBron James getting it done tonight. He didn't have 20 points. It was actually another player stepping up for the Miami Heat. Dwayne Wade goes for 26, and the Heat do take it from the 76ers 97-91. Wrap that one up. Now, we did have some good action going on in the NHL tonight, though. A couple of Game 7s. The Bruins and the Canadiens playing on back-to-back nights because of a Lady Gaga concert they had in Quebec. Really? Lady Gaga advancing the NHL playoffs. Well, more NHL action for us. The Bruins stave off being eliminated and quite literally humiliated for a second straight year. We all remember that they lost to the Flyers last season after being up 3-0. The Bruins take this one from the Canadiens 4-3 in overtime nonetheless, and the Lightning still beat the Sidney Crosby-less Penguins 1-0. They take them to 7 games, but they do go on in advance, so we are on fully to the second round in the NHL playoffs. And the NBA playoffs will maybe wrap up tomorrow night with Dallas playing at Portland and the Lakers playing against the Hornets. And of course, we're still going to have one more game for the Orlando Magic, at least the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks. And the Spurs now go back to Memphis trying to take that one back. On to Major League Baseball, a giant slate of games going on today. The Athletics end up beating the Angels 2-1. That one goes 10 innings. The Dodgers beat the Marlins 5-4 as Andre Ethier continues his hitting streak that he has going in the month of April, the longest such hitting streak in Major League Baseball, and he does it by hitting a home run in the 10th inning that ended up being the game winner for the Dodgers. The Orioles top the Red Sox 5-4. The Brewers lose to the Reds 7-6 in 10 innings. The Indians beat the Royals for the second straight day 7-2. The Cubs and the Rockies were postponed due to rain. The Mariners topped the Tigers 10-1. The Braves beat the Padres, shutting them out 7-0. San Diego only had 4 hits in the game. The Yankees beat the White Sox after being upset last night, but those 2 great catches in the right field wall looked like they were going to be able to pull it off. They do tonight. They beat the White Sox 3-1. The Phillies topped the Diamondbacks 8-4. The Rangers finally figure it out against the Blue Jays. Let them come back in this one. Let the Blue Jays score 3 runs in the 4th after Texas had scored 6 in the bottom of the 3rd. However, a Mitch Moreland home run is the difference in this one as Texas wins 7-6. The Mets beat the Nationals 6-3. The Rays topped the Twins 8-2. The Pirates beat the Giants 2-0. And the Cardinals beat the Astros 6-5. So that is the full slate of everything going on. Also, a quick note, Texas softball wins another Big 12 game tonight. Blair Luna goes out, has a 9 strikeout night as Texas wins 3-0. So sets up another good series as Oklahoma comes in this weekend. Texas looking to stay unbeaten and set themselves up for that matchup they'll have against Missouri, which will ultimately determine the Big 12 championship. Well, that's all we have in the Green Room tonight. Whew, a lot of sporting information going out there. You gotta love this time of year. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball's in full swing, and hey, there's also this little thing called the NFL Draft going on tomorrow night, so check that out. See if Cam Newton goes #1. Who knows? Tune in tomorrow night. I'm sure we'll have more stats and information. Until then, have a good evening and hook 'em horns.